Hello, everyone. There is one thing that I've noticed quite a few of my patients did not appreciate how important it is, and it's probably because it wasn't impressed enough upon them. And it's to do with iron. If you're feeling that your energy is low all the time, you're sleeping a lot, but you're not waking up refreshed, you're feeling your heart rate palpitating, the sensation of your heartbeat all the time, and maybe feeling like what's going on is feeling irregular. Borderline panic attacks, having low mood. A lot of that might actually be due to your iron levels. Low iron is not an insignificant thing. Iron, think of your red blood cells as a little house, and that house has 4 seats in them, and those 4 seats are what transports your oxygen. For your oxygen to be bound to those seats, it needs iron to hold them in. If you don't have enough iron to carry that oxygen, you might be in a situation in which your physiology is going to move towards an anaerobic process, using lactate instead of oxygen to produce energy. To give you an impression here, for every 1 oxygen molecule, your mitochondria will produce about 36 ATP molecules for energy, but for every lactate, you get about 2 ATPs. Big difference. And the other thing with ATP production from lactate, you get byproducts of lactic acid, which now you get it into the muscle, and that can cause weakness and it can cause cramping. Okay, you don't have enough oxygen to carry. You'll get enough, but you don't have sufficient supply to give you the energy boost that you really need. What ends up happening? Your tissues interpret that as, we're not getting enough blood here. Let's get a little bit more. We need more oxygen. So let's have the heart pump even more oxygen to us through the blood. So now you get your heart rate climbing up. And that's where you get tachycardia. You get a bit of a faster heart rate. Your heart rate beating faster also has some neurological consequences. The heart has about 50,000 neurons. So there's a nervous system, a cardiac nervous center in the heart. The heart beating faster can send a signal to those neurons to release transmitters that tell it, why are we beating fast? The only time we beat fast is we're running away. Maybe we're running away from a lion. Okay, let's tell the brain that we're running away from a lion. And so you end up getting signals to the brain, to the anxiety centers, that can get it to agitate. And so you feel on edge all the time. I've had patients have full-blown panic attacks, and when we check their iron, it's through the floor, almost non-existent. So that's that. Iron is also involved in the production of dopamine, your happy hormone, your motivation hormone. So if you don't have enough iron, you're not producing enough dopamine, so now your happiness goes down, your motivation goes down, so you have low mood. You have low mood because you don't have enough dopamine. You have low mood as a result of having low energy as well, because you're not doing things. So it's quite a big deal. If your diet is restricted in any way, say that you're a vegetarian or a vegan, your iron intake is gonna be low by default, because you need to take 4 times the amount of non-heme iron from your fruits and vegetables as you would from red meat. That doesn't mean you have to become a meat eater, but you do have to take supplementation. So you have to get your supplements in check to make sure that your iron intake is sufficient. And if you are somebody who is having some other conditions related to you not absorbing iron, you need to get the blood work and the investigations to find out why you're not having enough iron. And also, if you've just had an iron boost, you need to recheck to make sure that you're actually holding that iron properly in your storage. It's not insignificant. Make sure that whether you come to me or you go to another doctor, check your iron levels. If you're feeling all of the symptoms that I've just mentioned in terms of low energy, low mood, fatigue, palpitations, all of these things, it doesn't have to be, I need to get onto a psychiatric medication because I'm finding myself anxious and having panic attacks. Maybe the problem is physiological.